Hello, I'm Vara,
And I'm Roxy.
and you're listening to VCR. Hey, Roxy, how are you?
Hi. Pretty
You,
good.
you, sur- you surviving the great Pornhub drought of
Oh God,
2024,
no, I'm not. I can't sleep.
right? You need uh, just like cutting off cold turkey.
Man, I'm having withdrawals.
Pretty soon, you'll be having those TikTok withdrawals of this.
Oh God, no.
But
Not my TikTok.
no, I know it's horrible. But
I heard this morning that they were like on the verge of a government shutdown because they can't agree on something. And I was like, oh, but TikTok,
but TikTok, yeah,
we're
we
good
can
on.
agree that that's bad, right?
About to shut down the government, but we can agree on TikTok.
Yes, and watch that be the last resolution they pass before they shut down. Just
Right.
why the fuck not? But you know what? I think me and you can both agree on, and something that no one will have withdrawals from. The movie Imaginary. So this
Yeah.
today's show is going to be a review of the movie Imaginary, which was not very imaginative. Kind of, maybe.
I mean,
Yeah. Uh, if you can't tell by now how we feel about it, you just wait. There was just it was a bad excuse for a horror movie, if you ask me.
I don't even think that could be categorized as a horror movie. I don't know what that would be categorized as.
But it's promoted as a horror movie, though, so you have
Yeah, it is supposed to be a scary movie, but it is
yeah,
definitely not
it
scary.
is not. It was actually so boring. I think the only thing that was good about that movie is me and Roxy half-assed fell into a good ticket deal.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, that
like,
was like the
I'm
best part.
I'm sorry, what did this come with? Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? Please explain that again.
The ticket deal was more exciting than the movie. So
No,
let
no.
me explain the ticket deal. So apparently, like when we got there, we had just finished picking out on wings, right?
Yeah.
And so then we get to the movie theater and we pick the only time that's available for Imaginary. And it was a stupid expensive ticket. I was like, why is this so expensive?
It was like $50, right?
Yeah, for two of us. It was like
Yeah.
$50. I was like, why is that so expensive? So I went over there and asked them, I was like, why is this, this price and the other movies a different price? And then they explained, well, with that, you get the VIP stadium, and then you get unlimited popcorn and refills and the stadium reclining chairs. I was like, oh, well, that doesn't sound horrible. So then, had went ahead, paid for the tickets, and then we get in there, and sure enough, it was nice reclining seats.
It was awesome.
It was like these bags of popcorn. We could just keep refilling them. There was a popcorn machine there. We just press it and popcorn would come out. And
As much
then
butter as you want.
we had sodas, we had ices, there was a bar there, there's
Mm-hmm.
reclining chairs. So we had a good time. We
Yeah.
enjoyed the theater setup.
We enjoyed the amenities,
Yes, we
if
did.
you
Like
will.
that would have been great. That was really great, and I think we can definitely go do something like that again. But then the movie started, and it all went downhill from there.
I
Uh,
was like, this popcorn is
like,
yummy.
oh my God, I'm gonna go get more popcorn. You want any?
Yeah.
Because like I was more interested in the popcorn than I was the movie.
So, you want a
Um,
refill? You
it was
good?
like you good. I even asked Roxy a couple times, like, do you want me to get you any?
I was
Just
like,
to
no, I'm
have an
okay.
excuse to leave. Because it was such a bad movie. And I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but it was a
It was
boring
not
ass
a
horror
great
movie.
movie.
It was not. It was boring. So
I would say it borderlines on good. Like
really?
not borderlines on good. Like it borderlines on meh, like
Yeah.
mid.
Yeah.
Meh.
I didn't like it. So let's get into a little backstory of Imaginary. So what happens is, uh, this lady named Jessica has recently kind of re-inherited her childhood home that
Mhm.
she left at the age of 5 due to some type of weird traumatic experience that she doesn't exactly remember until she goes back home, and then it all ensues. And so what happens is she takes her ass back home with her with her family. Now, Jessica, not that this has any bearing whatsoever, is an African American woman who's married to a white guy who has, and now she's dealing with two white stepchildren. And so the youngest stepchild, you have the teenage daughter who has a bit of an attitude, right?
Of course.
And then you have the youngest child who's just trying to fit in and discover her life. And they had issues with their real mom, who was a
Cuckoo for
psychopath
Cocoa
of some
Puffs.
sort. Huh?
She was cuckoo for Cocoa
Yeah, she
Puffs.
was definitely cuckoo. And so they have these issues, and then uh, they move into the house, and more issues start to happen because now little baby girl has an imaginary friend. And
Mm-hmm.
this imaginary friend is like she's becoming very attached to this imaginary friend. And then the imaginary friend is asking her to complete like this list of bullshit, like
A list of challenges or something,
yeah,
right?
kind of like that. So she has to go out and
Yeah.
collect all these stupid things because the imaginary friend is saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm getting bored just talking about it." The imaginary friend was like, "Hey, if you complete all these tasks, I'm going to take you to a whole new world, and
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be happy, and you're going to be happy, and we're all going to be happy, and
One big happy family.
yeah,
We'll be friends
we're
forever.
gonna use your imagination like cocaine over here." So that's basically what's happening. And so the thing is, it's an imaginary teddy bear. The imaginary teddy bear, however, is just a stupid teddy bear.
It's
It
just a bear.
There's nothing scary about it. They try to make scary things happen, like, oh, the bear's here, now the bear's here, and you can't see
Right.
him.
They tried to do a jump scare, but it didn't scare.
Yeah, and the issue is here's where things kind of start getting lost a little bit. So remember where the teenage boy is coming over to try to do drugs with the teenage girl, right? And then he
Mm-hmm.
goes to the bathroom and he sees the teddy bear under the blankie, and then the teddy bear's, moving at him under the blankie.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing that they reveal later on. So the psychologist comes over and is videotaping the sessions, and the mom, well, the stepmom, Jessica's assistant, well, she always has this teddy bear with her. And then the psychologist, who videotaped the sessions, is like showing her the videos, like, there's not a teddy bear there. And it's like, then why the
Yeah.
fuck did Pissing Boy see the teddy bear? You
Right.
kind of screwed up your own story at this point if there's
Mm-hmm.
no bear there. So,
Right.
like,
Then what did he see?
did y'all not think that out before y'all?
I don't think they did.
Yeah, they probably
They
didn't,
forgot to edit that part out.
or they were just like, shit, we need something. This movie has gone too long without a decent anything. Let's just throw the bear
Right.
in there, like, let's see what happens. I'm like, oh my God, that was so bad. So anyway, ends up being that there's the trauma that the mom, Jessica, went through was, as a child, there was the same imaginary bear that she can see. Now her stepchild can see, and
Mm-hmm.
it's trying to do the same thing to the little girl as it did to her as a child, and that is to get her to complete these tasks, which will open up this secret door, which will
Mm-hmm.
then allow her to go into this imaginary world
This other
where,
dimension, very
yeah,
Alice in Wonderland, like.
very much so. Just honestly, Alice in Wonderland was probably creepier than this movie. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, right.
so then they can go into this world and be happy and blah blah blah. Well, apparently as a child, Jessica went into this world, and then her dad went in to save her, and then her dad ends up losing his mind because he looked into the eye of this thing, which is just, it was stupid.
It was
it,
really dumb. Didn't
it,
it almost look like a Demogorgon?
You know what it reminded? It didn't even look like that to me. It reminded me of those aliens with the big eyes, and it was just a really shittier rubber suit. And he looks into its eyes, and it's like basically just a flashing light. And it's like, okay. And so
Yeah.
he went insane because of that, trying to save his baby girl, which I get it,
Mhm.
cute, but That's what drove him insane, apparently, and that's the thing that she saw as a child is now visible to her stepdaughter, and then they all go into this imaginary world because there's a neighbor who knows way too much about this shit for her own good.
Well, the neighbor used to be the nanny,
Hmm.
the mom's nanny when she was a little girl. And so I think she said at one point that when she disappeared for that
Hmm.
time or whatever, like when she came back, like she just threw herself into learning everything about
Hmm.
what the hell could have happened.
And then writes this book about like these other worldly fairies and fairy tale type of
Mm-hmm.
things, and um it was just dumb. That's the best I can explain. I know I am
Yeah.
lacking the words that, should really be in here for a good review, but the
Mm-hmm.
truth is it was just dumb, and it was just
I'm surprised I didn't fall asleep. I'm about to fall asleep right now talking about it.
yeah, it was I don't I wish I had a better word.
I
Dumb.
just would
Mhm.
wait for it to come out on streaming if
I
you
would,
still
you know
want to
what?
watch it.
Do
Like,
yourself a favor. I wouldn't even watch it on streaming. It was that bad. I wouldn't even watch it on streaming. If someone came to me and said, "Hey, I have a free movie," I would not watch that free movie. I was like, "You go ahead."
wait.
It was just no for me. It was just a horrible, horrible movie. The acting was even way too stiff. It was like such fake acting. Like they were phoning it in, kind of drivel.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God. Oh, there's a door. What should we do? Like, go shut the fuck up.
What
Just go
is
into the door.
that?
Go into the door. That way we can end the movie. Maybe you'll all die and we'll just end the movie there. Because like it just went on way too
Way
long,
too long.
and it was just not it was not good at all. The plot was, defeat this teddy bear imaginary
Eh,
monster, which could be almost like a boogeyman in a way. They don't call it that. Um, they called it something else. I can't even remember what the hell they called it. But it
The
was.
one thing that did get me though is when like the little girl was in the therapist's office and she was
Mhm,
like she turned around like she was talking to the bear and like the bear was talking back to her
mhm.
and then like she turns around while the bear's talking and she's not talking at all and you're like what the hell is that? What?
Yeah, I mean,
That's the only part where I was like, what?
yeah. Other than that, it was just not very good. The special effects are pretty dumbed down in it too. Like especially when he's looking in the eyes of this monster and it's just flashing. It's obviously LED lights. It's plainly it's like they skipped the budget to even do a good fake light up. It's just like you're looking in those masks with the LED crap that
Mhm.
it was like that was just a waste of my time and energy, and I regret even wanting to see this movie now. It
Right.
was just so.
Could have stayed at O'Connor's and had
We
another
could we could have stayed,
martini.
yeah, we could have stayed at O'Connor's, had a few more drinks, and just called it a night. That would have been
Yeah,
scarier than watching
it
this.
would have.
Yeah, it really.
You would have been looking at that tab like, what the fuck?
Like the fuck is this? That was more scary. Getting the tab between me and
It
Roxy was way scarier than this movie that I saw. I was like, the fuck? Oh my God, no.
was.
Compared to, okay, is this I'm just gonna go get popcorn.
Right.
And I did.
Although I am glad we went because we got to experience that little VIP action. So that
Yes,
was
and
cool. I did
I
like that.
I would say we would definitely do that again. That the VIP setup there was very nice, and the unlimited popcorns and drinks was fun. Can't say that the movie was. But we did see some previews and some other things that were up and coming that we're dying to see, like Garfield.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
that was a cutie looking little thing. And maybe there's a couple other movie reviews that popped up that we were kind of interested in. But other than that, if you had an option, don't pick this one. It
No,
definitely
it's not
was
as
not very
scary
good.
as you're gonna expect it to be. It
Yeah,
definitely could have gotten scarier.
they could have
And
put
there's
effort in
so
here.
many things that could have been done to make this movie better.
And this was a lot of B-list actors too. Like if I could even say B-list, like half these actors that were in there, I was like, who the hell are they? And Roxy had to like Google who they were because I had no idea. So I'm gonna share screen and we're gonna go through our list of the sad actors that kind of came up in this movie. See, look at the cute little teddy bear. That's all. Look at the little teddy bear crawling.
Oh, it's so
The
cute.
trailer is actually scarier than the stupid movie.
It really
So,
is.
there's the teddy bear. Here's her talking to the psychologist, and
Mhm.
really the teddy bear's not there. Ooh,
Ooh.
teddy bear who's
Dun,
not even
dun,
there.
dun.
Yeah, I forget what the name of the teddy bear was. What was the name? Do you remember?
Oh man.
Everett or Rupert?
Chauncey?
That's it, Chauncey.
It's
It was
Chauncey.
something stupid like that, Chauncey. So our primary actors in this, Jessica is played by DeWanda Wise, who just clearly phoned in that acting. Her,
I don't know. I thought she was okay.
eh, no. The one who did the best acting was the one who wasn't even on there that long. And that was Miss Falcone here, who played Dr. Soto, the psychologist. Veronica Falcone did a better job than all these fools put together who had way more screen time. Like Tom Payne played Max. Piper can't pronounce her last name. Branu,
Braun.
Braun. She played Alice. She plays a little girl. Now, I will say she did a good job because she's a child actress. But the thing is,
Mhm.
she's doing a good job as a child,
Yeah.
Really is. Tegan Burns, who played the snotty teenager, was all right.
She played a
but
good snotty teenager.
Yeah, Betty Buckley, who plays the woman
The crazy
Gloria.
old lady.
Yeah, who was the sitter and the one who's researching and desperately wants this world open because she wants to live forever. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't happen.
Sure.
Um, you know, she was okay. She was okay. All of it was fair to mediocre on all this acting.
Yeah.
It really was. Like there was no one here who I could say, "Oh my God, that was spectacular acting." And none of them, I couldn't figure out what any of them had been in. So I'm clicking on the
She was
lead.
in She's Gotta Have It.
Okay, so I'm clicking on the lead actress, which is DeWanda Weiss, and as Roxy said, she was in She's Gotta Have It. And let's see, known for Jurassic World,
Hmm.
Dominion. I didn't see it. Fatherhood, also didn't see that. The Harder They Fall, Someone Great.
Someone Great is a good movie.
Huh. I don't see the She's Gotta Have It. Maybe it's
It's
further
a it's
down.
a series. It's not a movie.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
So,
right there. Look, She's Gotta Have It right under fatherhood.
oh, okay. Very cool. So, it's not the best is all I'm gonna say. Like she clearly hasn't done anything too spectacular. Apparently she was on one episode of the South Jersey Horror Podcast. I don't know if that's a credit you don't totally want to list, but hey. But most of them, like I click on them, like Tom Payne. Let's see what Pretty Boy's done. Watch, only known for this movie. So he's done Prodigal Son, The Physician,
Walking Dead. I
The
knew I
Walking Dead,
recognized him.
Miss Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day. Uh, well, he's done at least a few things that I've heard of,
Yeah.
but other than that, not really. So I can't really say anything because like none like I said, it was all B-listers. I mean, am I wrong, Roxy?
I mean, no.
No, not really. So the
Uh,
teenage girl has done Imaginary. She apparently was in the Mighty Ducks Game Changer, which was a TV series. Blue Ridge, Monarchs. She was in The Gateway, The Right Stuff, Dumpling. I don't remember her in Dumpling. Uh, I
no.
can only imagine Michael Jackson Searching for Neverland. She was in that?
Hmm.
No, no. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you, if I'm gonna grade this, I'm giving this movie an F. What about
That's
you,
gonna be
Roxy?
nice and give it a D.
You give it a D? You're gonna give it some
Yeah.
D?
Give me some D.
Because that movie was not worth the D. That's definitely an F. Just say it's not worth the D.
Oh man. That's
Total
funny.
total F.
It's a D.
Like there's so many other horror movies that could like you could have picked any horror movie from the 70s and or 60s and it probably would have been better than that. I mean, that's just how bad it was for me. Roxy is being more generous than I,
I,
just a little bit. You know, she's giving it that D. She wants to give it the D.
I mean, it wasn't horrible.
Really?
It was
Because I
entertaining.
felt it
I didn't
was.
enjoy it. Like, I mean, I guess I don't know. It
You,
wasn't it wasn't the worst that I've seen.
I don't know. I don't
But
know.
it definitely is up there on the list of worst.
Yeah, I mean, it may not be at the top of the list for worst horror movies I've ever seen, um, but it's not that far from the top. I mean, because it was maybe mid. I'll give it maybe mid, but like this was just a no-go for me. My advice is skip it. This isn't even worth having it on for background noise. If you
Yeah,
know,
probably not.
probably for me, it's not even worth it. I don't know, Roxy, would you recommend this to anyone for shits and gigglies or anything like that?
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10? Well, you're still better than me because I,
Three
I
out of
wouldn't
10 would not
even, I'd
recommend.
give it a 0. That was just like, don't even bother. Oh, yeah,
I mean, if you want to watch like a semi-scary movie with your kids, this would be a good one.
this, I don't even think it would scare the kids, to
It
be
wouldn't.
honest. It's so
That's why
stupid.
I said if this is what you want to watch a scary movie with your kids, there you go.
Yeah, but it was just bad for me. But hey, whatever y'all want to do, knock yourself out. It's not worth it. It to me, it's not worth it. I
No.
think, like I said, I was even telling Roxy in the movie, I think Thanksgiving was probably scarier than this movie.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
for sure.
and
Definitely was.
I laughed my ass off in Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we laughed a lot at that movie.
Yeah, but that was entertaining and it wasn't really trying to be scary. It was just trying to be gory and it was trying to be almost like a silly
Like
type of
campy.
thing.
It was trying to be a
Yeah,
little
it
campy.
was campy, but you enjoyed it
Yeah.
and it worked.
Yeah.
It was a good story and this had a decent storyline, but needed a lot of work in the sense of like that acting really was phoned in. Like that was
Yeah.
not
I
very good acting.
mean,
And then two, the other issue we have here is not only was it cheesy acting, but it doesn't help that the monsters are cheesy, that the whole teddy bear thing's a bit cheesy. Like it could have been better. It could have been way better. There's been a lot of horror movies out there that involve like dummies or dolls or other toys that are far scarier than this.
oh
And
yeah.
it's like this was just not even trying to do that. It's clearly these people did it. I want to say you pointed out the fact that it was created by the same people who created Five Nights at Freddy's.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And see, I never saw Five Nights at Freddy's.
It
I
was
wanted to
okay.
see it. It was
It
okay.
also was kind of like if you want to watch something scary with your kids,
Okay. Well,
Five
see,
Nights at
and that
Freddy's.
one I can maybe get a little bit more because that one was supposed to be like a video game type of
Yeah.
situation.
And I
But
think that one might actually have like a good jump scare in it.
hmm but this
If I'm
one, yeah,
remembering correctly, I think they got me once.
yeah, but Imaginary definitely did not
Did not.
have
It
it.
definitely disappointed.
Yeah, it was definitely a disappointing movie, and was one that was like, oh my God, we probably should have got our money back.
And I
But
was so excited to see it, so I was very disappointed.
yeah, yeah, and I was excited because it was spring break for me. I'm on vacation, like we're gonna see a scary movie, and it was just not scary. And I was like,
Mm-mm. In the
wow,
slightest.
that was pretty damn boring, if you ask me.
Very boring.
Um, but I can break into the reviews of the other movies I've seen because this isn't gonna get any better. Like my review of Imaginary is not gonna get any better. I
It's not,
can't.
this is as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah, seriously, I can't say that. I saw the movie Cabrini, and that was probably scarier than this movie. That was a movie about a saint, and it was still scarier than Imaginary. Which, by the way, if you want to know my opinion on it, because I know Roxy hasn't seen it, so we can't do a review together on that. I would definitely say check out Cabrini. It was actually good. It deals with a lot of the racism that's happening at the time and the sexism and her struggles to try to get things done. So it really is kind of a triumph type of movie. So check that out. And still scarier than Imaginary. So if you want
That's
an
funny.
alternative
That's
scarier
funny.
movie, maybe Cabrini. Hell, maybe even Kung Fu Panda, for all I know, was scarier
I wanted
than
to go
that.
see Kung Fu Panda. See,
Yes,
you should have
and
gone to
you
see
know
Kung Fu
what?
Panda.
You know what? We probably should have fucking gone to see Kung Fu Panda because Imaginary was not it. She
We
did.
probably would have liked it more.
Yeah, we probably would have because she
But
was like,
somebody was like, no, no Kung
no,
Fu
they're gonna do that. Yeah, and
Panda.
you're right. I wasn't gonna do that, but like, she saw Kung Fu Panda was on the key. Oh my God, let's do Kung Fu Panda. I was like, no, we're not doing that. We're
See, we should have done
and we and now
it.
now that I just should have fucking gone to see Kung Fu Panda or anything else for that matter. I would have gone back to see Cabrini again because Imaginary just I'm sorry, it's a trash episode because we're just trashing this film. It
Not
was
trying to
trash.
be negative at all,
We're not.
but
We're
I
not
would
being
not
negative.
recommend
We're
spending
trying
your money
to
to go see this movie.
save y'all the grief that we went through.
Yeah.
Because that was not
And it's great because I actually like that girl. What was her name? The lead actress?
Wanda
Wanda.
Weiss.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually like her as an actress.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure she
I
is
just did
just
not,
yeah, that
it
movie
just
was
wasn't it.
not the best thing for her is all I can say. Because it was now this movie is rated PG. It runs about an hour and 44 minutes
It
long.
looks like it's PG.
Huh? Yeah, it's
It looks like it's
PG-13.
PG.
Might as well just been fucking PG.
It might
Uh,
as well have just been G.
yeah, seriously. Now it is hour 44 minutes long, which if you ask me is too damn long because even I was sitting there and feeling it. I was like,
Could have shaved off
oh,
44 minutes.
like you could have shaved off like the whole hour if you asked me and just kept it at 44 minutes. Like, oh, there's a bear. Oh my God, let's walk into this world
You
and
know
we're
those
done.
shorts that they play in front of Pixar movies?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like one of
yeah,
those.
it could have been a short, like scary, not really. Here we go, that type of thing.
Next.
It ends. Like, what's the next thing? So let's just see. I'm just curious, box office for Imaginary.
I don't imagine it did very good.
Oh wow, you're just so witty. Uh, it was just so bad. That's all I can
So,
say.
yeah, the joke and the movie.
Yeah, imagine. Imaginary.
Did you spell it right this time?
No, I did not. I just figured I'd put in imagine and it would pop up, but it did
Well,
not.
it made you spell it out.
Yeah, it really wants me to.
That's funny.
Box office for Imaginary. Oh, you're lying to me, people. It did not
Yeah.
make that much. So, Imaginary has grossed 19.5 million in the United States and Canada, uh, and 3.7 million in other territories.
That's a lot of disappointed people.
Yeah, for a worldwide total. Okay, so worldwide total 23.2 mil. Eh,
Yeah,
eh,
just like the movie. Yeah.
pretty much like unimpressive, much like that movie. So just to let you know, that's kind of what we're doing here. It came out on March the 18th. I don't know exactly what day we went to go see it, but yeah, just
Remember either.
yeah, it doesn't really matter.
No.
It was definitely like last week or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
But let me tell you how bad this was. This was so bad that we actually held off doing the show to do another show in its
In
place.
between,
Yes,
yeah.
we jumped to the Pornhub and TikTok thing rather than jumping on this because this is what was scheduled for last week, and we're like, is it really even that?
It's like this Pornhub thing's a little bit more pressing than
This
the
is
imaginary things.
way more interesting than that movie, and I can tell you how that review is gonna go right now. It's
Yeah, like we
gonna
already know.
be a
That's gonna be a
short-lived
trash
show.
episode.
Like I'm surprised we're still talking, but we got to kill time for our audience here because they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Well, that was a fast show.
Like if this went the way I would have planned it, it would have been a show with me, Roxy, and we just it was bad, and then end it. Roll credits.
It is bad. It was
It
bad.
was
That is
bad.
all.
So, uh,
Bing.
hopefully this show didn't bore the snot out of you with this
Yeah.
review, but now you know how we feel while we were sitting there. But that popcorn was excellent. We had
The
such a
popcorn
good
was
time
so
with the
good.
popcorn. We
Popcorn
the
was so good.
so much better because you're not regulated. You're just there like, ugh, butter. And
Yeah.
Roxy had to show me how to work the butter machine because it wasn't like the regular one. It was connected to the popcorn dispenser. I was like, how the fuck do you get the butter out of this? It's like you put it here. Then I was like, the fuck? Why is this so
So
complex? I
you
just
do it
want
like this.
butter. Oh my goodness. One of the things that was annoying, and I will say this, Roxy, back me up here or not. The fact that we're sitting there, we're watching this movie, and then all of a sudden we hear a child crying.
Yeah.
I don't I don't
And by child, we mean like,
a toddler.
yeah, like 3 or 4 year old.
Yeah, it's PG-13. Do not bring your children to this. I
No,
get it. You're
please.
shitty parents and you want a date night, but no, do not do that because we're
No.
sitting there like the movie hasn't even begun yet, and then we hear, and I'm like, oh my God, why?
No.
we we were just so annoyed by it. But then again, me and Rox have been running into a lot of annoying things lately. Matter of fact, we went to this
I run into
restaurant.
you all the time.
Yeah. We went into this restaurant. I'll remember that next time we go out. So we went to this restaurant. Barnaby's really good food. Roxy, did you like the food? It was
I
quite
did. I did
it,
like it.
it was really good.
It was good.
And we're sitting there at our booth and we're eating, and
Oh
there's
gosh,
a lady behind us at the next booth, and
man.
just out of nowhere starts blasting, pulls out her phone and starts blasting like the best of the fucking 80s here. And I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell? Even the waitress came over and was like, what universe is this that,
I know. I was like,
that this is okay? And I was
it's
like,
her universe, apparently.
yeah, I mean, she's jamming it out to like
Man.
fucking a Journey. She had Journey going. She had
Mhm.
REO Speedwagon
Huey
going.
Lewis in the news?
She had them. Baltimore, Tarzan Boy. I was like, the fuck?
Mhm.
But it was blaring so much.
So loud.
And then it was competing because they're also piping in music too from their speaker
Mhm.
system, and hers drowned out their system. I was like,
It
what are you
did. It did.
doing? I wanted to turn around and be like, hey, do you mind?
I
I
mean,
mean, it
dude,
wasn't
she
the worst playlist, but still.
still like we're over here, like we were almost having to yell at each other.
Yeah, no, it was so loud. Like I'd have to stop and be like, "I'm sorry, what? What did you say?" I had to keep asking Roxy to repeat
Yeah.
herself. And again, the waitress comes by, filling our drinks, and she's like, "Are you serious? What universe is this where this is okay?" And I'm like, I don't know. I can barely hear what she's saying, let alone what Tarzan boy back there going, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Jungle Night,
Oh my
living it up." And I was like, oh my God, please. I'm sure both,
Please stop
like
it.
anything but Baltimore. I'm kidding. I loved that song as a child, but Baltimore's Tarzan Boy. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Google is a
Google
thing.
is your friend.
It is. But speaking of our friends, let's hear from our friends. Let's say you saw Imaginary and you thought it was the greatest thing ever. Then I'm going to have to
Yeah.
tell you to please stop listening to the show. But let's say,
No, no,
but you thought it was great and maybe you want to defend it. Well, you can send your defense to us over via email to thevcrshow@gmail.com. Hit us up on Insta and Twitter at the VCR Show, or check out our website, thevcrshow.com, and our YouTube channel, you guessed it, The VCR Show. And if you want to take Roxy out to go see Imaginary or Cabrini or whatever fun
some
movies
other
out
whack ass movie.
Kung Fu Panda, Garfield, King Kong versus Godzilla. You can hit her up on her social medias, which are
On Facebook at Roxy Perez Curvy Model, on Instagram at PopRox428, and on TikTok at the PopRox while we still have it. And that's POPROXX.
yeah. So until Roxy's TikTok is taken away, you can go check it out at
Yeah.
her XX. The XX is deceiving, I promise you.
It's very deceiving. Very
I was like, wow,
deceiving.
you're such a tease. There is nothing XX about this, madam. But
No.
again, catch her in our OnlyFans because we can't get Pornhub down here.
I don't have an OnlyFans.
No, but
Yeah.
she
No.
might.
But I
Once she see
might.
those figures from the other girls making the money off of the lack of Pornhub in Texas,
Right.
she'll be like, ooh, feet
But
pics.
sign me up.
Yep, exactly. And Mrs. Amara here is just totally, you can't see her, but can you see her paw
I
like
see
trying
her
to
paw.
push me away from the mic? It's like the show ends now.
It's like it's my time now.
Like
Say
it's
bye.
like give me kisses. And see the bad thing is I will when the show ends and I'm here to give her attention, she will not be found anywhere. She'll be like sleeping
It's like, okay,
somewhere.
bye.
She's like, okay, bye-bye, thank you. Spoiled dog.
That's too funny.
So anyway, again, I'm Vara,
And I'm Roxy.
and you've been listening to VCR.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hey Roxy.
What?
Boo. That was more scary than that stupid fucking movie.
Boo.
Boo. That's what we're yelling during the movie. Boo.
Yeah.
You have been listening to VCR, creative content by Richard Christopher Vara and Roxy Perez. Logo by Richard Christopher Vara with assistance from Annie Ramirez. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach us at thevcrshow@gmail.com or our social medias at Instagram and Twitter at The VCR Show. And you can also check out our content at thevcrshow.com. The show's song is Addict by Nefex, instrumental, and you can find them on YouTube Music Library.